Hey guys, welcome back to Two Drunk Aliens, episode 3. My name's Scott Miller. This is Ashman.
Scotty Miller, how are you? How's
Man.
your week going? Pretty good?
Yeah, good week, man. Good week. But it's been a friggin' huge week in the alien space, Ashman. You set us off, man. What happened?
Well, we had the congressional meeting this week where you've had Ryan Graves, David Grusch. We got that right this week.
Yeah.
And of course our old mate Commander David Fravor.
Yeah, while we're getting stuff right, Ashman got the dates right, also the years right when we were talking about the pilots. I definitely didn't get the years right. It was 2017 when the New York article came out, and then Ashman got everything else right.
So all good, Scotty. No, this is no INT, mate. We're all good.
No. But we will, if we F stuff up, if you guys out there let us know about it, we'll fix it.
So let's start off with the congressional meeting. That's been the big one.
Friggin' huge, Ashman.
How good to see it for, to go for 2 hours and what?
2.5 hours, yeah, 2.5 hours. That's 12 o'clock in the morning our time.
So we had our buddies in the background there, right behind it.
Yeah, right behind them, Ashman. Like, they were split either side. I don't know who the guy in the middle was. I'd like to find out who he was, but yeah, they were split either side of him,
Yeah,
Ashman.
I don't know who he was either. There was George Knapp was right behind it, and you could just see him with his book thinking.
And he was making all his notes the whole time.
And Corbell, he was, you could see his head going up and down. He was just loving it, having fun.
But the amazing thing was, Ashman, all three of them went under oath.
Yes,
So
sir.
all three of them
all
put their hand
up at the same time.
Yeah.
They were all asked to stand up and do their oath.
Yeah.
And they were read their rights, and they did it perfectly. You know?
Perfectly, man. And as we know, like, you know, if they say something that's not true or that is found to not be true, well, they can be charged and maybe spend a bit of time in jail, Ashman.
Sure. Yeah. So you want to start with those guys?
Yeah, man. Let's start talking about the pilots, Ashman. Like, I think we'll start with them before we go to the whistleblower, because I think that's pretty important.
So Ryan Graves, we'll talk about him.
Yeah,
he was the F-18 pilot. Now the years are going to give me.
Let's start away from the years. Yeah, let's start away from the years.
But he was with the Red Rippers. He was out at Virginia Beach there, and they were doing let's call
training missions.
Training missions out off the coast there, and of course they were out in 2 F-18s, and they were split apart by the black cube in the clear box. In the clear, what do we call it?
Yeah, I don't know, a sphere, I suppose, or something like that. But the scary thing about that bloke is they took off the
sphere. Sounds good.
Yeah, they took off with the new radar. So when they took off, there was one plane with the old radar, one plane with the new radar, and all of a sudden they're like, what the hell is going on? They saw stuff in their space, asked to go and investigate, so they've flown over to try to find it, and he was the guy that actually got the Tic Tac video. And the greatest thing is when it's flying across the water and you hear him just go, oh, I've got it. And this thing's just flying across the water. And he got the FLIR radar, he got all the radar on it, and came back, landed, and went, what the hell was that?
Absolutely. I know our old mate, the commander, Dave Fravor.
Yeah.
When he got that on in 2004 and went, woo! That was that was the one.
It's incredible, dude. Like, these guys are actually out chasing this stuff.
There's more and more footage coming all the time, isn't there? David Grusch, how much pressure is that guy under? He's had threats on his life.
And that was a scary thing to me, Ashman. I know I listened to the interviews before, but for him, when he turned around and said, has your life been threatened? He took a big pause and he went, yes. Not life threatened. He felt his life was in threat, and he said yes. That's incredible, dude. And then he turned around and said the other big thing that came out of it for me was he said that people may have been harmed, and then the senator in the white suit, white shirt, turned around and said, harmed by UPAs or government. Paused again, very, very controlled in what he was saying, and he went, both. That was pretty intense, dude. That was pretty intense.
Scary. Yeah, well, it's very real. It's too real. It's
man.
The guy's very clever, though. Like, you look how there was quite a few of the people up there asking the questions to him, and he knew automatically what he could say and what he couldn't say.
Yeah, they keep on talking about the skiff, Ashman.
Yep. But
Like, I can't say this unless I go into a
yeah,
skiff.
and anything that was classified still, he still at that point of time would say, no, I can't discuss this.
I can talk to you off camera, I can talk to you out here, or I've got to go
I
into
would
this
say
skiff.
there was 50% of the skiff, wouldn't there?
Yeah.
So think how much more that can't be said is still to come.
But that's the amazing thing,
Tip of the
Ashman. He
iceberg.
said he knows where the 12, we spoke about this last week.
Sure.
He knows where that they are. He knows where the bodies are. What was the biologics he called them, which was a fancy word for bodies.
Well, unearth-like.
Yeah, and then the lady asked him, the lady with the glasses, which she was quite cute. She turned around and said
You
to
did
him,
make mention of her earlier, Scotty.
Yeah, I
that
did.
She,
She was very cute. She
nice
turned around
eyes.
and said, were they non-human? And he paused again and said, yes, non-human. So, like, it's these guys have put the hand up in front of the oath and saying that they know, or he actually hasn't seen them, but he knows where they are.
From a lot of those weaponized podcasts that we've listened to and all the other gear as well, if you look at a lot of the stuff that they've actually got confirmed now, a lot of it was repeated again, but it's now down on paper. And as transparency goes now, it can't be removed.
Nope.
So the next lot, and they're talking about more hearings again coming soon. I think you'll see them more often than not.
Oh, this is the opening of the door. This is the start
Pandora's
of everything.
box.
Yeah, this is, and as we talked about before off air, there was nothing we heard in that session that we haven't heard before.
That's right.
But all of a sudden now, if you're not interested in this space, there are millions of people now that have actually heard these gentlemen speak. So if you're a nutbag like me and you, and we go down the rabbit hole and we love all this sort of stuff, we've heard what they've said. But now there are millions upon millions upon millions of people. And we spoke last week about there's no Australian content. Well, I'm doing a bit of research on the computer last night, and the wife yells out, "Hey, Scott, you want to come in and listen to this?" I go into a little office and she's got Nova. So it's an Australian national program. And all of a sudden they're talking about that. They're talking about the aliens.
Right?
Yeah, they're talking about they were talking about the Tic Tac. They were talking about, they never mentioned names and all that sort of stuff. And halfway through the conversation, they go into the tin hat, nutbags, seeing aliens and all that sort of stuff. But it was on there. And then I was eating my dinner and we had the Channel 7 news in the background, and bang, it was on. They were talking about the Congress meeting. They were talking about that, and they were showing the Tic Tac video of them, finding the Tic Tac in the flare video. It's on Australian TV.
Wow, starting to creep through.
Yeah. So that one little meeting, nothing new came out for the people that actually understand, but all of a sudden it was put in front of millions of people.
Coulthard put another one out as well.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. But if you go back to the Commander Fravor again, under oath, they asked him a question and said, what about this? What about that? And he said, I was actually provoked. I wasn't a UFO guy.
Yeah.
I'm not into UFOs.
No.
And it took 5 or 6 goes, and he said, "Oh God, let's just get it done." How cool's that? Like that's what's in it for him?
Nothing
There's
in it for him. There's
him.
nothing in it for him. And I was listening to a great thing with the other pilot, and I was listening to an interview,
Brian.
and he was trying to be pushed. The interviewer was trying to push him to say what he thought it was. And he said, the interviewer was going, "What do you think it was? Like, you filmed it, you've seen it, you've been in a plane chasing it. What do you think it was? Do you think it was an alien? Do you think it was this?" And he's a very, very, he thinks about everything he says. Not like me and you. He thinks about what he says.
Very calm.
Yeah, and he turned around and said, "Mate," he said, "I haven't even spoken to my family and said what I think it is. I do not know what it was. I don't understand what it was. But all I know it was a UFO. It was an unidentified flying object." And he turned around and said, which I thought was a really cool thing, he said, "There's 2 things about that." He said, "One, I'd love to look in the cockpit.
Yeah, the other one I want to fly.
And the other one, I want to damn fly the damn thing." So I thought, yeah, that's pretty cool, dude. But he's not saying that it's little green guys running around. He's not saying it's anything. He's saying he doesn't know what it was. He's seen it. He got the first footage of it. but he's not willing to go on and say, yeah, I think it's little green men running around. You know what I mean? So that, to me, that's shows his character where he's going, I'm not going to say on this podcast or whatever he was on doing an interview saying that's what it was. And I thought that was amazing, mate.
I think the other thing too with the transparency for anybody to upload data of video of UFOs or anything, that's where they're trying to get it to be better, is that at the moment there's no systems for where you can take it.
No. Oh, there is for the pilots. They've got all the
they've got to jump through hoops to even get it. They've got to make that a lot easier without the stigma, because at the moment there's people saying nothing because they're
too scared. I heard an interview. There's pilots wiping footage because they don't want to have to go through jump through the hoops. Exactly what you're saying. Yeah, I agree 100%.
Who's to say that they're going to be covered? Like you don't know, do you?
Don't know.
So, but I think even the people in public have the right to put their stuff somewhere, and that's got to get better and better and better.
Yeah, this
is taken off now. This is right out of the box.
Yeah, we started this little thing 3 weeks ago, and all of a sudden it's on the news, mate. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Look, non-human spacecraft, that was used quite a bit.
Yeah,
you were talking about Grusch. Grusch really used non-human spacecraft.
He doesn't like to say
alien
or UFO. So
no one's using alien.
No, so he tries to really steer clear of all that sort of stuff, and you can understand why. But when he was asked, do we have downcraft? Yes. Do we have biologics?
Yes.
No, but biologics bodies?
Yes.
Yes. And he was like, it creeped me out a little bit. Like this guy knows where they are. Like 12 downcraft. And I can never say the word, Ashman, reverse engineering. So reverse engineering is what it's all about to me. Like this is what the government's all about, is anything you can make money off. So it's reverse engineering. So they're worried about like the Lockheeds of the world have got this stuff and they're trying to reverse engineer it and make money out of all this sort of stuff. But to me, it's not about that. To me, I'm sorry, dude. I'm basic. This is Two Drunk Aliens. I want to see a spacecraft. I want to see a damn alien, Ashman. You know, fuck the reverse.
I still think it's going to be a while. It's going to be like your bet at Christmas time, mate.
Fuck the reverse freaking engineering and all that sort of stuff. If they've got it, let's see it. Like, look, come on now.
I still
a little part of
me.
This is how stupid I am, Ashman, and I'll put it out there. I was watching that sort of stuff, still hoping they're going to wheel out a little green alien, mate. And he's gonna talk to everybody, dude. That's where I'm still at, dude. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, reverse engineering is all fantastic, and millions of billions of dollars are being spent. I want to see the little green aliens, or little grey aliens, Ashman.
I think you're going to have to work all your way back from all the Phoenix lights. You're so freaking far away from seeing a green man.
Oh, dude. But
I'll put on the Christmas.
You put the Christmas beers on.
I'll put a couple of bottles up there as well. Okay. But if we see any sort of biological form before Christmas,
I agree with you 100%.
I'll have to put a bottle up as well.
I know I'm stupid, dude. But yeah, but going back onto the whistleblower and stuff like that, like the stuff he's saying is real, Ashman. Like if he knows that there are biological bodies and he knows that there's downcraft, and the scary thing is everything I'm listening to, he seems to know where the fuck they are too.
Sounds like it.
You know what I mean? So if he's going to this, what was the word, the skiff, or the want to talk to you off air, if he's telling these politicians and all that sort of stuff, the congressmen and all that sort of stuff, the senators, where they are, shit, why aren't they checking that out?
And he's got the rank of major. Like he's a big time player. He's the top of the tree.
Yeah, I've gone down a real rabbit hole with this bloke. This bloke is friggin' legit, Ashman. Like, I was real skeptical. I remember talking to a bloke at work about it. I was real skeptical about the whistleblower. Like, I'm sick and tired of hearing from these blokes that I've spoken to someone that's seen it. I've done this that's seen it. No, I want to freaking well speak to the bloke that's damn well fucking seen her. I want to speak to the that done the autopsy on the alien. I want to speak to the guy that, hey, look, I'm working on the craft. But I've taken a few back steps and now, like, I'm listening to this bloke and I'm like, okay, this guy's actually interviewed these people.
There was still talk of injuries as well, wasn't there?
Yeah. But I want when he got the confidence to actually get one of these guys to talk. You know what I mean? And that's where I think it's going to be really interesting. And he's turned around and said, yeah, when the Congress lady or the senator lady asked him, you know, have there's people been hurt or injured? Sorry, it was the gentleman. And he said, yes, by UAPs and government agents. That's a scary thing, Ashman. Jesus.
Yes.
All right. So we've talked about this for a while. We've got a second subject, and we'll delve deeper into it next week when we've got a chance to look at all the stuff and listen to all the stuff. And
I think we'll wait for Tuesday night for the core bill and that to come out,
and also the other stuff to come out, so we can actually dive into it, because it was only the last 2 days. Yeah, it was pretty green, and we've both had a long damn week. But this is where I get a bit scared and a bit. This is the subject that Ashman loves, and I'm not real too keen. But we've got Suny Loom, yep, coming up next.
And
Lisa, his wife, and we were lucky to sit down with Suny on Saturday. Excuse me, and I'm not afraid to say that he gave me some scary goosebumps, Ashman.
I think you said before, Scotty, that you'd be a little bit concerned about going to a barbecue at his house.
Sunny, Sunny's like me. He likes slow and low cooked meats. So, yeah, we were talking about that, and I would not go to that man's house for a barbecue for all the money in the world.
There was a good half an hour talking about briskets, wasn't there?
Yeah, brisket and wings and ribs. Yeah, it was a really great.
What was the other one? There was another type of meat you were cooking. I can't remember now what it was called. It was like a blade of muscle or a blade of bone.
Yeah, that's the brisket. Yeah, we're talking about the brisket. That was the brisket. And Sonny's not quite game enough to go buy the real expensive bit, but he's doing really well.
Come on, Sonny. Come on. Working class, man. Come on.
We're going to go for a quick break for 5 minutes, and then back on the other side, man. We'll be talking about Sonny, and there's a bit of a rumor that Sonny might be calling in.
Is that right?
There might be a bit of a rumor, Ashman.
Mate, I'd love to have him on the phone line. Yeah,
he was a great bloke.
Fantastic.
Great bloke. All right, guys, we'll see you back in 5. Hey, guys, welcome back. That was a long damn 5 minutes. Just want to shout out to our major sponsor, the White Roo Clothing Company. They always stitch me up. I'm pretty much living in those clothes these days. What else you got, Ash?
Scotty, we've really got to talk about Suny Loom. Before the long break, we got the paranormal stuff in the second half.
Not fucking happy about this at all.
Suny and Lisa Loom. We had him over last Saturday.
It was a great day, man. It was a great day.
An interview here talking about briskets and.
Yeah, me and Sonny got a bit of a passion. We found that we both like our slow and low cooking, our briskets, our ribs, and our wings. But Sonny, I ain't never coming to your fucking house for a barbecue.
Suny Loom, you're a fucking legend, a young legend as well. Very good tradesman, Scotty. He's very particular.
Yeah.
These days, he's even doing some 10mm shower screens, and he's the man. How you all?
He's a good bloke.
He's a good bloke.
Right, let's get to his stories, Ash, man, because let's just get this out of the way.
Scotty, he learned us regarding his wife, Lisa, years and years ago. Before he was with her, she lived down Ottaway. And they were 13 or 14-year-old girls. They'd got the Ouija board out and they'd done some pretty crazy stuff. He was telling us about a story where the girls had snuck out one night to go
but
to
let's just pause that real quick. My first ever time out on Two Drunk Aliens. But she believes it was because she mucked around with a Ouija board and never turned it off.
You've got to shut it out, Scotty. You can't leave the board open.
Yeah, so when she was with her family mucking around with a Ouija board, she never shut it off.
With the girlfriends, I think they just run off and left it open.
So now go to the scariest story of this whole thing.
Maybe there's still an attachment there. So anyway, they're down at Ottaway. 13, 14-year-old girls gone out, snuck out for a party. As they're walking back, they've gone down this laneway, and something's made them turn around. And as they've turned around, there's a little girl dressed with piggy tails, and she's in like a jumpsuit, and she says, "I'm coming to get you."
But they were so far. The scary thing about this story, they were so far
They
away.
were still 90 feet, 60, 90 feet away.
And they heard it clear as
Clear as
bell.
hell. I'm going to get you. How do you make that up? You can't make that up, can you?
The scary thing to me is like if you imagine a rainy night, you've done something wrong, you go for a walk, you're coming home, and you hear something, you turn around and like, as you say, 90 feet away, there's a little girl, bib and brace, ponytails, and she's just staring at you. Rain coming down. And there's probably a 5 or 6 second break, Ashman. And then all of a sudden here, I'm coming to get you. Fuck.
Nah, that's creepy shit.
And then they took off.
That's girl stuff. The blokes aren't meant to hear that sort of crap.
No, but I'm sorry. The whole thing with the whole, whatever you want to call it, it's always
paranormal.
It's always it's always kids, Ashman.
Well, that's scary, isn't it?
It's always fucking kids.
Yeah, the kids shouldn't be there.
It's not a 26-year-old freaking with a beer in his hand going, "Hey boys, how you going?
Hey motherfucker, I'm going to bring you down." You know.
It's a kid, Ashman. All right, go to the next one, Ashman.
Well, the other one was the, and this has happened recently with Suny, the red orb in the bathroom.
This is the one that intrigued me, man.
So he thought originally maybe.
So he's in brushing his teeth or doing whatever he's doing in the bathroom.
Not sure what he was up to.
Yeah, sorry, saying I wasn't sure what you were doing.
He might have been rolling it up. I don't know what he was doing.
No.
But he thought it may have been on his arm, that there was a reflection coming from his watch.
Yeah, so the story is he's looking in the mirror and he sees a red orb around about a golf ball size.
And moving very slowly.
Coming around and then went out and then went down his hallway.
How do you explain that one out?
Well, as Sonny was talking to us, he thought it might have been like a reflection off your watch. And I'm like, no, a reflection off your watch, Sonny, goes to the damn wall. It doesn't sit there and slowly move around you and then take off.
Well, there was another one with Lisa was coming back from the beach.
No. The other one, Ashman. The kids thing in the hallway, Ashman.
We haven't got to that yet.
Go to that one.
You talking the legs or
No, not shit.
or
fuck.
you talking
The toy when he went to go to the toilet.
So anyway, he had the two kids and he'd put them to bed.
No, he sat him on the couch with I think a phone or something like that, just to keep him interested.
You tell it.
No, you go.
Are you talking the one upstairs where he'd gone to the toilet?
Yeah.
That one? Anyway, it might have been even on the ground floor. I'm not sure. I might have mucked this one up for you, Sonny. But anyway, either the kids have been put to bed or the kids were preoccupied with the phone. And he's actually got a few minutes to himself. He's sitting on the can. When he comes back, there's a toy sitting in the passageway. And as he said, I didn't see it on the way in. He would have tripped over it if it was there on the way in.
It wasn't a small, it was a large toy.
How do you explain that one out?
Oh, Ashman.
Good stuff. Local too. Local, that's the best thing.
Now you got to tell the little leg story, dude.
Well, let's go back one with Lisa. She was coming back from the beach with her girlfriend. And by the time she got into the house, she saw a door close and the light go off. And there was no one.
Oh, that was the that's
no one in the house at all. So that's even.
That's the one that really freaked me out. He turned around and said, like, they've come back from a family outing. They've come back in, and the wife's gone in, and then seen a door close.
Yes, sir.
And then a light go off. So she's come flying out to Sonny and gone, there's someone in our friggin' house. So they've all backed out of the house real quick and gone, holy shit. Like, Sonny's gone, all right, there's some
Hey, you are.
idiot in our house. So he's gone in there like trying to be the big man and going, all right, here we go. So he's stepped back and he's gone, I'm going to boot the shit out of this door. Where he saw the light, his wife saw the light go off. And he's like, the door shut. All right. He's expecting someone to be leaning against the door, and he's kicked that door open, clean open, and there's nothing there, Ashman.
Nothing there. Lights off.
Nothing there. Lights off. Nothing. Like there's nothing in that damn house.
I think it's happened before too when she was getting ready for work one day.
But can you imagine that, Ashman? You've come home from a friggin' family fucking outing. You've gone, hey, let's go, kids. Your wife's gone in, seen a door shut and a light turn on. Or turn off, sorry. And going, well, we didn't leave a light on. And that's off. She's gone out to say to Suny, like, hey, there's something fucking going on. He's gone in thinking someone's broken. So you've got the kids out, you've got the wife out with the car. And then she had the phone on 911, like ready to call the police.
Scary stuff.
And he's gone in there, booted that door open. Nothing there.
Well, it doesn't even finish there. I think she was getting ready to do something one day and she noticed that there were 2 pairs of feet.
Yeah, that's weird.
And as she's chased it, the feet have gone around the corner. And, of course, when she's got around the corner, the feet aren't there anymore.
No, I was reckon she was starting to look up, and as soon as she got to like the mid-calf, gone.
Not real good. Not real good.
But the first one, Ashman, with that little kid in that rainy day down a long street.
12:30 in the morning.
That's not good, Ashman.
Halo, little tiny kid out by herself.
Little weird ass kid.
The one with little Maddie was that. I think that was in the front room where Granny was seen dancing around in front of the kids there, and that she was all around the people. So there seems to be a lot of activity there, doesn't there?
Yeah, I don't get it, Ashman.
Do you think we should get him on the phone?
Oh, have we told the story right, or do we need to start over again?
No, I reckon we get him on the phone.
Get him on the phone
and see if we can get some sense out of him. What do you think, Scotty? We'll give him a call. Let's see if we can get him here. Sonny, here's the man. Here we go.
Oh, it's actually ringing.
Bring him up, mate.
There we go. There's the technology of the podcast.
Ashman.
Sonny Lerm, how are you, young fella?
I'm doing all right. And yourself?
Good. I've got Scotty Miller here.
Sonny, how are you, sir?
How you going?
Yeah, really good. I think we butchered all 4 stories. We're not having a great day here at Two Aliens.
Well, I don't think you can butcher it that much. It's quite scary, isn't it?
Yeah, as I said on the podcast, mate, I think you're a great bloke, and I'd love to have a beer with you. Or I've had a beer with you, but I've never come in your house for a fucking barbecue. I'll tell you right now.
In all honesty, I don't think it's the house. I think it's me.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I ain't coming for a barbecue anywhere near you, mate.
Do you think it's? Do you think Lisa left the Ouija board open when they were younger, or what do you think?
Look, I think it's open, and look, nothing's been happening lately, but she's open, and God knows what's going to happen. So
it's laid dormant at the minute.
Yeah, it's laid dormant and it's settled. But I think now that we're speaking about it, it may spark back up. You never know. So.
I think they'll be listening tonight for sure.
Sleep well tonight, Sonny. Good luck.
What about your cooking, Sonny? What have you lit up this week on the hot plate?
Well, the weather hasn't been on our side.
I just cut you off there. We had a whiz just a minute ago and found 3 nuts. So it was a bit.
It's cold out there, Sonny. It's cold. It's cold.
No, I haven't cooked anything lately. Just your standard steaks. We're starting to get towards the fancier steaks. The old porterhouse and the sirloin and everything like that.
Nice.
as opposed to our, rump steaks that we used to eat. So no,
Hey, there's
we're
nothing
living
wrong with a
large
bit of
this
rump,
time.
Sonny. Come on, calm down. I know you're getting rich now because you've been on the podcast, but there's nothing wrong with a rump, mate.
Well, when you're a big time, you got to eat the same. So
Nice. So yeah, I'd like to try your brisket one day, Sonny. But yeah, you can bring it to me, mate. I ain't coming to you.
no. Well, that's the conditions. You'll have to come over and eat it at my place. And
Yeah, well,
I can tell you where everything's happened.
yeah. Okay. Well, good luck. I'm never having a brisket with you, Sonny.
Sonny, I have a few phone call meetings with Scotty during the week to get this podcast up, and
You'd never guess we do
And
any
every-
fucking content.
and every night I can hear fucking bang, crash. There's fucking things getting tossed and crashed, and everything's being mixed up. And I say, Scotty, what are you cooking tonight? And he'll say, I'm cooking some strange El Dorado. You know me, I don't know my meat. I'm a Vegemite and cheese man. So
And does it very well. Like, it was a good Vegemite and cheese.
I do make the best
Connoisseur.
the best Vegemite and cheese rolls going around. But as long as they're heated, of course, 48
Well,
seconds in the
we'll have to
microwave.
try it.
Heated
We'll have to
in the
try it.
microwave.
I'd like to.
But no, I don't know any of my meats as well, so I just grab them and I cook them. That's
Hey,
all I do.
Sonny, while we got you on the phone, Mandy and I went into the old Adelaide Gaol for a ghost tour back, might have been 2 years ago, maybe not quite that long ago, and you go into the hanging chamber where the first poor bastard they got it wrong 3 times until someone put a washer on the back of the knot to make sure it broke his neck. But we were...
I'm drinking a lot tonight, Sonny, I'll tell you.
we were in the actual hanging chamber there, and it's sort of a circular building, very old stone. You can hear the sounds of people enjoying their time in Adelaide, and
Neck snapping.
And Mandy looks at me and she says, "Oh, I've got tightness in the chest." And I said, "Jesus, Mandy, what's going on?" And she said, and I've looked at her neck, and there's 2 red handprints either side of her Adam's apple.
Fuck off.
And I've gone, "Are you serious?" And she, like, Mandy's a non-believer of, you've really got to produce some evidence, You'd be surprised how
You
many...
sure it wasn't your hands, Ashman?
You'd be surprised how many UFOs I've had to find just to let her know to do the podcast. But she was a very non-believer, and we had another episode there in the where they hold the guests, or not the guests, the prisoners. Brooksy works there. I forget what it's fucking called. I've had too many beers now, but it's. We went in there, and of course they got those water, those metal things you put in your hand, and they sort of direct you to water. They do the same sort of things with ghosts, and we went into this cold room there.
Nope, you're cutting out there a little bit.
Cutting out. You're still there? Any good now? Hello?
We've lost him.
Oh God,
That's all right.
we've lost the
cut him off and go on with your story, mate.
we've lost the satellite. Are you there, Sonny, or are you gone?
No, he's gone, mate.
He's gone.
He's gone. Technology's great.
How good was that to talk to old Sonny Lou?
It was fantastic, mate. It was absolutely fantastic.
He is a brisket king, and I know that it's competition to you, Scotty, as
No,
well.
not
'cause
competition. I've never cooked a brisket in my life, dude. I've eaten a lot, but I've never cooked one, mate. So, yeah, Sonny's got me, dude.
You do love your food, and
Love me
you
food.
certainly
That's why I'm so fat.
you you make some great meals there, and hey, that's the joy of ringing up during the week just to see how things are going.
Yeah, damn straight.
So now you've got a shirt to give away, Scotty, this week.
Yeah, we might just take a little 5-second break, Ashman, just to we've only got a couple of minutes left, so we'll just take another little 5-minute break, and then we'll be straight. Hey guys, welcome back. We had to go for a quick pee behind the shed, so that was fantastic.
TV on the shed or a bit of paranormal, Scotty?
We've had a bit of
the cameras turned off. The
As soon as we
roadcaster wouldn't turn off.
fucking talk about the paranormal. We're fucking having issues
I just
here.
wonder whether Lisa's looms. What are they called? A hanger on her?
I don't know, man, but all of a sudden we
I
talk
reckon
about
it's jumped through the camera.
the
And,
cameras aren't
played
working.
fucking major havoc with the electrical gear.
Yeah,
The
so
camera turned off. The
So
roadcaster was
we had
cooked.
Sunny dropped off as well. It was all weird,
Jesus,
dude.
Sonny, I don't know what's going on. I think Lisa Loon might have just jumped through the camera here.
Yep. And I've got a real low battery right now, so we're gonna start kicking on right now. So hey, thanks to Sunny, man. Like takes a lot of courage to come out. Like I've got a lot of blowback this week for the first time about being a crazy guy doing a podcast about aliens and all that sort of stuff, which we'll talk about next week. But thank you, Sonny. I'm still not coming to your house for a barbecue, mate. I'm sorry. But we had a giveaway last week, so we've got the shirt from the sponsor.
The old
So this-
snowboarding red beret. That's a very elite shirt there, Scotty.
Good shirt. So that's going out to a Matty King. He's given us a lot of good
Matty
advice.
King, fucking legend,
Yeah,
champion.
Matty King's given us a lot of advice over the last couple of weeks. So, hey, congratulations, Matty King. And hey, maybe we'll do another giveaway in the next couple of weeks. But hey,
I think we give a shirt away a week every week.
well, there you go.
There's four to six of them there. As long as you're a good tidy shape like Matty,
You got to be a
size
large. You got to be a large.
You'll be laughing. But at this stage, Scotty, thanks to Sonny and Lisa Loom.
Yeah, thank you very much, man. That takes a lot of courage, man.
That was great that we had enough of the satellite just to say g'day. And Scotty, good one.
Yeah. Hey, once again, mate, great podcast, mate.